Hello to the family in black. I am Struan Vlogs, Struan Gents, whatever you'd wish to call me. Today I'd like to report the sad death, and this might come out on the day after, however that's just due to Wi-Fi issues, technical difficulties, that Dave Greenfield from the Stranglers has passed. Now I've got two monitors on my desk, and one of the backgrounds on the monitor, if you can just see, is actually the final full UK tour, which we're all, or some of us are presuming just now, that isn't going to go ahead. It's very sad. However, we have to respect the family of Dave Greenfield and take some time to let ourselves simmer down a bit, shake ourselves off a bit, and get ourselves back to normal, especially with the coronavirus, COVID-19, the great virus, whatever you want to call it. Especially with that going around, it makes life a lot more difficult. However, we often sympathise because it is a band that we're going to stick with, and we will continue that history for years to come. I myself am a bass guitarist. My best friend, he used to play keyboard, and now he plays bass guitar as well. However, we both know how it feels, especially when I consider that my best friend who played keyboards, that was sort of his heritage since he was young. He played keyboard, so to see that his idol that played keyboard die is especially upsetting to him. If you don't know all the information just now, I'll tell you some interesting facts that I pulled up on the computer for you. His full name is David Paul Greenfield. He's an English keyboardist for our band, Stranglers. And apparently they consider Stranglers a rock band, although many people have different opinions. He was born 29th of March 1949, making him 71, and he died on the 3rd of May 2020. As we all know, and it's going to take a long time to fill that hole in our hearts in which he lay. He had a massive history of things he did. Obviously, he joined in 1975, I believe. Before that was Hans Warmling, who may or may not come back to do this final tour, we don't know. He did a lot of work during their years, which I'd say still continue because they're still making another album, but how that goes I really don't know. I'm worried for them though. He did a lot of work. He's been there for 45 years. It's mad. Yeah, vocally he sung Dead Ringer and Peasant and the Big Shitty from No More Heroes album, which I apparently don't have up there right now. He sung Do You Wanna from Black and White, a company director. He sung Genetics on The Raven and Four Horsemen on the album Gospel according to the Men in Black. All good albums. Sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background, he's probably having a nightmare right now. Starting to wonder, that sounds more like a cow. However, the way Dave Greenfield sadly passed away is due to having heart problems, which, you know, right now is a very, very unfortunate time to go into hospital with heart problems, because the majority of times you go into hospital right now, you're not coming back out, and it was the same case with Dave. He went in with heart problems, tested positive for COVID-19, and passed away after a week. He did very well in this band, he was very well respected, we all love him. We all have and will continue to support him in wherever he goes, if you will. Wherever his spirit goes, if you will. So I find it hard to speak, and I'm sure you'll sympathise with me when you have to think that one of our idols have just passed. And it still hasn't 100% hit me that I had tickets to go and see Stranglers twice in Glasgow, 6th and 7th of November, or whatever the dates were. And now the chances are very slim of that happening, and especially we will now not see Dave in another performance. Dave was an absolute legend, and I'm not reading this off of here now. He was an absolute legend. He always sort of got his cup or his bottle of alcohol, and he always drank it while doing the No More Heroes sort of keyboard solo. Not everybody can play his solos because they are just fantastic. You couldn't recreate them. He was a musical legend. And the day that JJ passes away, I'll be in tears more than I already was. I'm not afraid to say that. JJ is my idol. He's fighting fit, as far as we know. I believe he is. Obviously, I play bass guitar, so he's my idol. Person I look up to. He's an absolute bass wizard. But that's not what this video is. I just hope the time never comes that the band decide to stop like altogether. They're going to at some point, but I just don't want to think of the day. I can't even speak properly. My brain's in knots, you know. I hope the day never comes, but it's inevitable one day. I just hope it isn't any time imminent, if you will. I just hope they release their final album and at least do some of the tours, because I really want to see him that one last time, and I want to see him kick ass for Dave. Let's play the best show we've ever played, and spirit, get some spirit for Dave, because we all know how it's going to be without him. He was a major part of them. Absolute legend. Now obviously, because it's a YouTube video, I can't play any of the music, I'll get copyrighted. But you can put your opinion in the comments down below to say how you feel about Dave and what your opinion is on the new albums, the tour, what you think they're going to do, any memories you've had of Dave, or any of the rest of the performances and Stranglers members. If you have anything you want to say about them, please let me know. However, let's keep it positive, because this has just happened and it's a massive shame for family and friends of Dave. And we're fans and we're feeling this way. Imagine how the family and extremely close friends of Dave must feel. This isn't a put down, this isn't telling you off. Christ, I couldn't. Half of you are probably old enough to be my mum and dad. Even granny and granddads. But just the point of the video is just to sort of get my opinion out there and say that I feel really sorry, and my thoughts are with everybody in his friends and families group for him. And that any one of my co-fans of the Stranglers that are feeling a bit upset just now, just look on the positive side of life. Positive side of life. We'll get through this virus. We'll kick its ass. And if you ever think that you're not worth it, or it's not worth it, just think you're doing it for Dave. That's the one thing to keep you going. I'm not going to sit here and blab all night, because that's not my job to do so. However, I hope every one of you, every single one of you, get through this, cheer up after a wee while, and we can continue to be the family in black.